Hey guys, this is Sarah here from Millennial Married, and I am so excited about today's topic. Today we're going to talk about budgeting. Now, you've probably heard it before that budgeting is super important, and it's so true because budgeting gives you control over where your money is going to, and it just gives you freedom to spend money on fun things and all while still being able to pay all your bills at the same time. Budgeting became important in mine and Jonathan's life because back about a year ago, we got our first credit card and we were both very responsible with money and smart about saving up for things and all that kind of stuff. And so we went out to the East Coast for Christmas to celebrate with family, and suddenly over weeks and months we just found ourselves in a lot of credit card debt, like nearly $8,000. It was crazy. We were just like, I don't know how we ended up here, but we did, and just from low paychecks and just life happening. So we found ourselves in this spot and we realized that we needed to make a game plan to get out of it. When it comes to budgeting, it can seem pretty overwhelming. There's just so many numbers involved in math, and some people just hate that stuff, and that's okay. But really, when you get down to it, budgeting is really simple, and so I want to give you guys a few tips on how to budget and doing it for your lifestyle and just doing it well. A tool that I found really helpful was the EveryDollar app. So I had tried doing a budget on pen and paper for a couple months, but it just was not working out for me. And with all the new technologies out there, EveryDollar was just exactly what I needed to make sure I was putting together a great budget for us every month and sticking to it. So the first thing you need to do when it comes to budget is you need to find out how much you make every month, or kind of project what you make every month. Then you start putting everything into categories. So I love it on the EveryDollar app because I put in my category for electricity and gas, Wi-Fi, cell phone, groceries, gas, you name it. It's all categorized in there. So you've got all the categories laid out for your bills. You have all the amounts. These are your absolutes, like you can't go a month without paying them. So then after you do that, start adding in, if you're able, add in just categories for fun and like eating out and just enjoying life kind of things. Those are really important as well. Another thing to keep in mind when you're making a budget is there a holiday coming up? Is there a family member's birthday coming up? Just always be thinking ahead and prepare for that so you're not shocked when it comes to like, oh, I need to get that birthday present for my best friend. You know, you can relax and know that it's already in your budget and you don't even have to stress at all about any extra spending. If you're trying to save money or you're trying to kill debt like we are, then take a look at the budget you've made and see where you can cut back on things. Maybe it's just not eating out as much. You know, this is a compound effect, so every little thing adds up. So maybe this week try to not buy that coffee out at the coffee shop, and maybe next week you can have another goal set, but it will add up over time and it will make a huge difference. So now you've made your budget. That's like the biggest step of it all. Then the next big step is that you have to stick with it and be consistent with it. So I downloaded the premium plan of the EveryDollar app, and I love it because it just automatically pulls up all my transactions from the week, and all I have to do is just drag and drop it into the category that it fits into. To stay on top of your budget and make sure you know where your money's going, make sure you're checking it twice a week. And if you're sticking to pen and paper, make sure you're logging in all those transactions. So I know us millennials really don't like checking our bank account, but it's so important that you always keep up to date with that and are regularly seeing what's going in and out of your bank account, even pairing that with your budget. That's super important. It's nothing you should fear. It's something you should just be ready for, and it'll only complement you in the budgeting process. So usually when you're married, there's one of you that does the budgeting, and in that case, that's me, and I actually love budgeting. It's kind of weird how much I like it. But I try to always communicate with Jonathan where our money's going to, what the spending is for a certain category. Maybe it's like entertainment or movies that month. It's really important to keep the communication open so no one's misunderstood and there's no anger and arguments that come out of that. So make sure you communicate with your spouse or significant other about your budgeting. Make sure you're just making choices and changing habits to fit whatever your budget is and whatever your lifestyle is and what your goals are too. But don't be afraid to have grace on yourself sometimes, because every now and then it is nice to, go spend a little extra on food one evening or go grab a drink with some friends. So make sure, I'm so close.